It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through San Francisco. It's the Eagles and the 49ers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
For the chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57. We are underway now in the NFC Championship. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And Lance now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Off of play action, here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So here are the Eagles now backed up to start their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear
and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump the ball for their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
It's a second down run with Sanders. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have struck first in this NFC title game. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, some strong running. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The 20. And he's brought down after a very nice game.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a dump off here complete. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, 30 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for the Niners. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try the left side. Mitchell, and across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell.
A 9-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it helped scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 21-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now because Ryan...
He's got a man, complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Play action, now it's Lance. And he fires one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try the left side. Mitchell. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide over into contact there at the end of the play.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a play fake. Lance.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
That's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And it's Graham here, the one who is still down. And looks like he's in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Not today, you are. Not today.
Here's Lance to throw it.
That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Steps away to his left.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to him.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Yeah, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Hauled in over the middle by Rager.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for only a couple.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Tennessee Titans who are heading to the Super Bowl for just the second time ever as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Our 2 squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied, and this is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And Sanders has got it, complete. The ball comes out, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Slide for the PAT.
And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, the U.S.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he's got this down to the 35.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And Lance now to throw.
And he will find his man Samuel. And across the choke into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 29 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Sly on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they try to swing it on left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Zerline out now to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And now they'll throw with Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kenneth. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running through in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mitchell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trey Sermon punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Fights through, and now a crease. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll drop to throw. Flip, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield, try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Elijah Mitchell with his second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the fourth. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught. Smith. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now this throw caught left side. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Back to throw again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.